in earlier session, we were learning about the transport layer. Transport layer, which is above the network layer and below the session layer. It has the major task of process-to-process delivery from source to the destination machine. So we have seen it performs the responsibility of service point addressing, which is also called as a port addressing. So every process has been assigned with one port address. So process to process delivery with the help of the port addresses is done by the transport layer. So it conveys the entire message to the correct process on the destination machine. It also performs the task of segmentation and reassembly. So messages are divided into the small segments and every segment has given a sequence number so as to make sure that entire message has been delivered at the destination machine. So transport layer assembles the message correctly upon arriving at the destination and identify and replace the packets that were lost in transmission. So it also performs the task of error control and flow control. So the transport layer, the connection can be connectionless or the connection oriented connection can be there. So connectionless transport layer indicates that each and every segment is treated as an independent packet and delivered from source to the destination. In case of connection oriented transport layer, it makes a connection with a transport layer at the destination machine in prior, and once the connection has been established, then the entire packets are delivered. Once whole packets are received to the destination system, then connection is terminated and the process is stopped. So similar to the data link layer, transport layer also performs the task of flow control, which is performed end-to-end rather than performing the flow control at the links, communication links. So it does the end processes. Error control, so it performs the task of process to process retransmission. So flow control is required so as to manage the speed at which the sender is transmitting and receiver is receiving. Error control is the task wherein retransmission of the segments takes place in case of damaged segments, lost segments or duplication of the segment occurs because of the delayed acknowledgements and for some other reasons. So error control. So this is the pictorial representation which shows transport layer. So this is the sender machine A suppose, and this is the receiver machine A to B. So an internetwork where suppose this machine belongs to one network, this belongs to another network. So network to network, source machine to the destination machine which may belong to another networks. This is performed by the network layer, that is we call it as a host to host delivery. But transport layer performs the task ahead above the network layer. So process to process delivery, even if there are the two machines where the connection has been established by the network layer with the help of the logical addresses, but this particular machine may be busy with certain 5 to 6, 7, 8 set of processes or the different application programs might be running onto this machine. Similarly, different set of processes are running onto this machine. So process to process delivery, sending of the mail, reception of the mail. Suppose you are online observing any of the webinars. So this will be the transmitting session, receiving session. So process to process delivery, its care has been taken by the transport layer. So every process is assigned with one port addresses. So transport layer works with the port addresses. Now next moving ahead towards the session layer, which is just above the transport layer and below the presentation layer. So session layer is again similar to the transport layer. Session layer also works with completely software part. So it has the task of controlling the dialogues between the two communicating ends and perform the task of synchronization. So session layer is the network dialogue controller. So it is also called as a dialogue controller layer. What it does exactly? It establishes the connection, maintains the connection throughout the communication till the communication is not completed, and then synchronizes the interaction among communicating systems. So these are the tasks and the responsibilities of the session layer. So dialogue control and synchronization. So dialogue control, what does happens inside this is it allows the communication between the two processes to take place in either half duplex manner or the full duplex manner based upon the data flow. If it flows from one end to another end at a time or simultaneously from the both the ends. So how the dialog control and communication is held, that is also decided here, maybe in a form of a half duplex, full duplex manner. So this is what the dialog control is, nothing but it is how the control signals and control mechanism related to the different set of signals, transmission and reception of the signals, maybe transmission of requests, receiving the responses, acknowledgements, delayed acknowledgements. So certain things, such a set of things are involved in the dialog controller. What is the synchronization? So in order to have the proper synchronization from the sending and receiver end, so certain checkpoints are added and this is performed by the session layer. So it adds checkpoints so as to have the proper synchronization when the stream of data is transferred. So let us take an example. If a system is sending a file which has a 2000 pages, then instead of sending whole pages and waiting for the acknowledgement, what can be done is certain checkpoints can be added in between frequently. So it is advisable to insert the checkpoints after every 100 pages. So what is the benefit of this? In case, so at a time if you are sending the 100 pages, you are sending the set of 100 pages from sender to the receiver, then you are waiting for the acknowledgement to receive. Next time again you are sending the 100 pages, waiting for the acknowledgement to come. So this process continues. So such a 20 times we need to send the request, send the data, then again wait for the response or the acknowledgement. So in case in between some set of pages get lost, so we may need not resend all the 2000 pages. So to avoid this, so if a crash happens during the transmission of page, suppose a page sequence with the 523, the only pages that need to be resent after the system recovery are pages 501 to 523. So need not resend all the pages, but that set of pages can be resent instead of sending whole pages. So this is one of the some simple advantage of having the synchronization by adding the checkpoints. So where the session layer lies, so session layer location is indicated here. It is just above the transport layer and it is below the presentation layer. So as to have the synchronization, see such a synchronization signals are there. So it will be receiving from presentation layer and carried forward ahead to the transport layer. Similarly at the receiver end, it would be receiving such a set of synchronization and dialog controlling from the transport layer and towards the presentation layer. So next part is the presentation layer. So presentation layer, it has the functions of translation, compression and encryption. So presentation layer is nothing but how the set of data are represented. So representation involves translation of data into appropriate form based upon the both the receiver and sending end. If required, compression of data so as to reduce the size of the data during transmission, which can be extracted at the ends. In order to have the security and reliability, to maintain the privacy, the encryption of the data can be done. So these are the tasks under the presentation layer. So presentation layer gives the syntax and semantics of the information exchanged between two systems. So syntax and semantics also we have seen earlier. So how the data is represented, and semantics indicates what is the meaning of the data, what information is to be extracted from the given set of data. That is syntax and semantics. So processes which are running programs in two systems are usually exchanging information in the form of a character strings or the numbers. So data representation may be different at different machines, different ends. So how the data is represented should be known to the respective layers so that it can be extracted properly at the receiver end. So information must be changed to a bit strings before being transmitted. So presentation layer at the sender changes the information from its sender dependent format into a common format which would be agreed upon by the media and peer-to-peer processes as well as the protocols. Presentation layer at the receiving machine changes the common format into its receiver dependent format which would be understood at the receiver end. So this is the location of presentation layer. So highest and topmost layer is the application layer, below that is the presentation layer. So from the session layer with the synchronization and dialog control manner, the data will be received by the presentation layer. Now the received data, it would be again converted into a form so that it can be forwarded ahead to the application layer. Whenever it is received from the application layer, it is converted into a form so that it would be forwarded to the session layer below it. So both the processes are there. So the majorly the task is to bring the data into a certain format and how it's and should be able to extract the required information in the form of a semantics. Again, compress the data if required, add some security checks in the form of an encryption of the data so that decryption can be done at the receiver end. So this is presentation layer's location. So encryption, sender transforms the original information to another form, encrypted form, so that no one can easily extract the information, another form, and sends the resulting message over the network. Decryption is the exactly reverse to that of an encryption part. Compression of a data, it reduces the number of bits contained in the information. Maybe information in the form of a text, images, audio information, video information. So data compression becomes particularly important in the transmission of multimedia such as a text, audio and video so as to utilize the maximum bandwidth. So last layer, seventh layer of course it is, the application layer, which enables the user. So this is mainly designed keeping in point of view the user at the user end, whether the human or the software, so as to access the network. The application layer enables the user. The user may be a human or it may be a software so as to access the network. So what does it do? It provides the user interfaces. It supports for services such as electronic mails, remote file access, file access and transferring of the file, and shared database management and distributed information services. So this is completely at the user end, using which the certain set of interfaces are provided at the user end so that it can manage the data, access the data, share the database, distributed the information, we can share the files. So all this is done by the application layer. So for example, message handling services done by the XA00. So these are the set of protocols, X.5 directory services. FTAM, see every layer has a set of protocols. In more details whenever we'll be going ahead, we will have the list of protocols which are defined at all the layers and how they do have the peer-to-peer communication. So application services involves the transfer of the files, accessing the file, management of the files. So this is the location where the application layer, how it can be observed and understood. So application layer, it is topmost layer. So after the application layer, directly the user through the interface, user can access the services provided by the application layer. So these are the certain set of services that are provided by the application layer. So examples are like a network virtual terminal. It is a software version of the physical terminal that allows the user to log on to a remote host, desktop applications. So application creates a software emulation of a terminal at the remote host. So it's completely software part. So user's computer talks to the software terminal. You might have come across such applications. You might be using those. So one should be able to just categorize how it comes into the application layer services. So user's computer talks to the software terminal, which in turn talks to the host, and we can have the communication from host to the user, user to the host, and vice versa. So remote host believes it is communicating with one of its own terminals and allows the user to log on. We can have the desktop application and remotely accessing the desktop as one of the application. So transferring of the file, access and management, mail services and directory services. So this is in brief. In one pictorial diagram, summary of the layer functions is defined. So application layer, it allows access to the network resources which are created for the user, and application layer creates the interface so that it can utilize the resources created for the user end. So presentation layer, translation, encryption and the compression of the data. Session layer establishes the connection, manages the connections, maintains the connection and terminates the session. So transport layer, so as to provide reliable process-to-process delivery along with the error recovery and flow control. Network layer, it moves the packets from source to the destination so as to provide the internet working, so interconnectivity of large networks with each other with the interconnecting devices, routers and switches. Data link layer organizes the bits in the form of frames and performs the hop-to-hop delivery. And physical layer, which is how the direct communication for the data.